We are vastly superior to humans. You know it to be true, so do not resist us. Coming to you live by a tape-delayed basis by means of digital distribution. This is Extreme Hardcore Nerds. Here are your hosts.
So much to back.
You left me to die. You left me to die. You left me to die.
We're hearing reports that a number of police officers are missing. Seems pretty obvious that Harley Quinn is involved.
Goons ambush my guys and drag them towards the steel mill. I'll handle it. You sure? Could be a trap. You're safe.
I don't think so, Bad Brain.
He's been gone 2 days.
I'll find him. Just keep the damn site covered. Don't want that mad woman getting out of there.
Did you think it was gonna be that easy?
I really enjoyed the Mass Effect soundtrack that they included in that.
The little dubstep part?
It seriously sounded like the Reapers. Especially that last part. That last, like...
Isn't that what it's like when a woman shows up and she's pissed at you? It's like the Reapers are coming.
Did we not learn anything from our history lesson before we started the show?
I guess not.
I'm going to say, let's all try and piss Jordan off for once in 24 hours and see how we all feel.
Yeah. But yes, Harley Quinn's Revenge. Finally, a DLC to Batman Arkham City we want to play. And too bad it's the last one, because this is what brings out the Game of the Year edition on Tuesday.
Well, hopefully this just means next one they realize that on the other spin and go, okay, maybe we should start with this. Or work on these more.
Yeah. So how them challenge maps treating you?
You haven't played them.
I played Nightwing.
I sat there.
Well, okay, because GameStop gave me a deal when I picked up Batman. They were like, "We'll give you it, like one of them for
They tricked you.
Yeah, they tricked me.
I love
Jedi mind tricked
I love
you.
how we worked that. They made a deal, so they tricked you. Yes.
They're basically, well, like, I think I knew they were challenge maps, but I figured they couldn't be that bad. Boy, was I wrong. I haven't even touched Robin yet. I know it's on my Xbox. I haven't even touched it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't buy any of that stuff. I'm waiting for the single player, and I have to remember to put it in tomorrow so I get the Memorial Day part for Calendar Man.
Oh, you didn't do that yet?
I've been doing it every holiday.
You're actually going to do the slow crawl to it.
Yep.
Okay.
I know if I wanted to, I could just go on YouTube and watch it. But
well, no, you could just, switch your dates.
Yeah, I know.
You could just do that. That's what I did.
I always do that because playing Animal Crossing on my DS, I always do it because it's like the times I want to play it, it needs to be day, and I usually don't play it till like the middle of the night, so I'll switch it, and then I'll finally find time during the day to play, and it's middle of the night, so I gotta go back and reset it. And like with that game, especially since it's real time, they just need to realize that you need to have an internal game clock, and just so you can adjust it in game, because it gets ridiculous having to restart it, pop out my card, go to the menu, change the clock, shut it off, pop it back in, turn it back on, get into the game.
Well, that would suck because that's how the original game worked.
Yeah.
It had an internal clock, which means you couldn't change it.
Yeah.
So you literally had to wait until night to do any of the stuff you wanted to do. Oh, that was so bad. drained a lot of life away.
Good decisions and bad decisions. What a great way to start this podcast.
That's how we always start the podcast.
Yes, welcome everybody to another great edition of the Extreme Hardcore Nerds podcast. I am, of course, your host, your all-knowing exalted one himself, your king of kings, Big Daddy Cool, Andy Kruger. And joining me in studio this week...
the returning advisor, the guy in the corner, hidden in the shadow, the Dark Reaper, Stephen Creighton.
And also joining us in studio this week...
Still in studio and planning to stay in studio except for
next week.
Possible requirements by outside
I'm
relations.
waiting for...
I'm Gunner.
I'm waiting for a Talon to appear and just take Gunner away.
Well, no, that would be for our other host who is not with us because he decided to go and challenge nature.
Yeah.
And according to his own Facebook tweet, nature 2, Garrett 0.
Nature's a mother.
Yeah.
Please tell me how you tweet on Facebook.
Very easily. You just put it out on Twitter, copy, paste it on Facebook.
He has a Twitter?
I have no idea. I'm just going with it.
I think you stumbled and then just tried like, we can do this. We can do this. I'm just going to keep going with it.
I hope no one would notice my failing.
Just keep powering through, and hopefully some asshole who remained nameless won't open his mouth and call me out on it.
I'm sitting right here now. Fuck you too.
But yes, we are only about a week away from E3.
The massive adrenaline-induced psychosis that is the industries.
Yes. So, not a whole lot of gaming news this week because, like I said, we're about 8-9 days from the convention. So
everyone is heavily clenching.
Yep.
A smart game developer would drop their big bomb like this week and just
or
be
2 hours before the show.
Yeah. Well,
ride the wave in.
Isn't that what Sony did with the Vita?
I think
It wasn't last year, but it was 2 years ago that like a day before E3 started, it leaked that Sony was working on the new handheld.
because there's just so many announcements that just get buried in the thing. I'd be like, bam, nobody else is going to say anything. I'm going to drop it now. It gets all the attention and just be like, yeah, you come to our booth.
Oh, so
we'll be there.
So you want to pull a Lord Jobs?
Follow in his footsteps.
You can follow him right to the dirt if you want to.
You can't say anything. He already got to work on the equipment for more than an hour, so.
I'm surprised my hands didn't catch fire on that one.
What'd you have to do?
I was helping another friend help her boss set up their own podcast page.
Yeah, you did tell me this.
And we were negotiating a couple deals and stuff like that at the same time. And all of a sudden it was, well, should we try a podcast? Sure, we'll give it a shot, see how it goes, this and that. And she's like, great, I'm gonna go get my laptop. And as she's turning around to walk back and grab her laptop, the infamous words were uttered. Oh, it's a MacBook. I just... And then I here's the best part. I sit there and I kind of lean forward. Sitting next to me, I see this.
Can we get a reenactment?
With a little bit of a chuckle, and it's, what? He doesn't he like MacBooks? And with just this collective, no.
We didn't have a third person to harmonize the whole thing out. With me, hell
no. Start a barbershop quartet right there.
It happens in some of the most unusual places.
It's okay. Well, you still have me convinced because after this certain charger conundrum, I never want a Mac ever again. It's like, of course, they need to have some obscure charger. Don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic charger, and I love that it's the magnet one.
Don't get me wrong, I'm about to bash them completely, but I want to apologize for it first.
Like, their chargers are good, but not only are they ridiculously overpriced, but Best Buy sucks.
Well, okay, so it's not their fault.
It's Best Buy.
It's the distributors.
Well, no, it's a combination.
No,
of the
yeah,
two.
no, it's a
Let's get this
combination
right.
because Apple set surprise and people at Best Buy, I found out, don't have a brain.
You've already established this finally.
Yeah.
It's only taken them this long.
Have I not bitched enough about their services? Do we remember my Gears of War cluster fuck with
yeah.
them?
Uh-huh.
Hey, here's $5. I want to buy your game. Sure, no problem. All right. All right, $65. That should cover my whole price. All right, get there. All right. $70.49. I already paid you $5. Oh no, that was just to actually have the order, but that doesn't cover the cost.
Yeah, huh?
I'm not saying what I did outside to their lovely window, but we'll save that for later.
So yes, not a whole lot of gaming news this week. Surprisingly, a lot of movie news this week.
Shocking.
And a little bit of comic news this week. Also, two big reviews of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier and Dragon's Dogma, Capcom's RPG.
It looked like Skyrim.
No, it's nothing like Skyrim.
No, I know, but I saw the trailer and you were fighting a dragon, and I'm like, well, it's basically just Skyrim from now on.
If it's fantasy, it's going to be Skyrim now. Right, that's what we're. That's what it's alluding
It is
to.
not the game that shall remain unnamed.
It's now a genre.
Yeah, Skyrim is now all fantasy.
What kind of game is it? Well, there's dragons. Oh, so it's a Skyrim game.
You play
All
Final
this-
Fantasy Skyrim version? No.
All this and so much more when we come back, if you're still listening to us after that. So make sure you do stay with us, as we will be right back.
Incoming transmission. Incoming transmission.
Welcome back, and it is now time for us to scour the globe in search of news and enlightenment. It is now time for gaming news. Kicking us off this week, Bungie will not be at E3 this year.
It's kind of hard not to see why. Their plans kind of got blown up before they could actually tell everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, trial.
Thank you, unlocking court documents. So, might as well cover that one right away.
Speaking of that,
Yes, we found out thanks to the Weston Zappella versus Activision lawsuit, which is currently going on. We found out all about the deal that Activision made with Bungie, and when they jumped ship from Microsoft. And basically, it was that Bungie is to create 4 sci fantasy action shooter games. One of them codenamed Destiny. And that there's to be a Destiny game released every year, beginning with the fall of 2013. And it's also supposed to be on current-gen systems and next-gen systems. So right away, as soon as everybody saw that line, it's like, okay, so they're saving it for an Xbox 720 launch next year. We'll see. Obviously, Microsoft hasn't said anything on that, but
I wonder if this is Activision's ploy of, we might lose that other IP. Let's create another one just in case.
just to be on the safe side.
Because it's literally following the same line. And if they don't, and they have 2, I'm like, you guys are kind of overshadowing one.
Basically, Bungie's making the next Call of Duty.
Kind of.
Possibly, yeah.
A futuristic Call of Duty.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll still slap it on there just to be safe.
Yep. So, and then you're also going to get 4 downloadable expansion packs every year. Gee, where's this sound familiar? With the first one beginning with the fall of 2014. So, what we take away from that is basically Halo meets Call of Duty. Fall of 2013 launch for sure. There's also a little snippet in there that if they meet the targeted release date that they already have set, they get like an extra $3 million. And if they have I think it's on Game Rankings, if they get a 90 or above, they also get another $3 million.
So they've got
in
2 goals
bonuses.
of 6 mil.
Yep.
They could make the first one because they're usually pretty good with their dates.
So
I can't see the second one being
The
that hard.
second one might not be too difficult because of the name alone.
Yeah.
And depending on which, if they're doing one of two things, if it's yours with the Call of Duty logo, that's hands down they'll make that easy. And then
Even if they, just slapping Bungie on it is going to be enough too,
be
I
big
think.
enough. But I mean, new IP usually is always very wary the first time
Yeah.
around.
So is it 311 that's making Halo 4?
343.
343.
343? Okay.
Yep.
I knew it was some combination starting with a 3.
3 something. Studios. As we're talking studios with the number 3.
I was just going to say, I'm glad those studios are going out of business.
Hush!
Sorry. Had to be said.
Oh.
Make a better name.
It was his baseball number!
Do better.
Seriously!
They tried. It's called Big Huge Game. You think that's better?
Oh!
Still easier to remember.
38 is hard. You ever watch 30 Rock?
Yeah!
You go, I hate this. Numbers.
Damn
Maybe.
you, math! Oh! But yes, 38 Studios and Big Huge Games, the creators of the Kingdoms of Amalur game, and
Andrew's heart.
the hopeful MMO that was supposed to come from it, has officially locked its doors. The governor of Rhode Island came out and called Kingdoms of Amalur a game failed.
What?
That's
Okay.
because
There
it
are-
didn't make the money back.
But there are 2 lines to that. I have no problem with the fact that the studio is closing. On the one side, that our head, he's an idiot. Okay, I've gotten more.
He's a
info.
sports guy who wanted to get into.
I found more info on
get-
how they worked everything out, and even from my perception and being the low level kind of person I am, I can see that this was a stupid idea.
Yeah.
I will say that I feel bad for all the people involved in it, though, especially how they got the notice. That was just horrible.
How'd they
how
find
got
out?
that. They basically got it in a short email.
Oh.
Literally, like, the day we all found out was the day they found out.
By the way, you're all fired.
Yeah. And just like...
By the way, don't bother coming into work today.
It was pretty fucking sad, but the way they rolled out the deal in that... I heard that it was... He actually went to the Rhode Island governor and asked him to do this.
Yes, because...
I thought it was the other way around, that Rhode Island saw that they were doing this, and then they wanted them to come. But no, he actually asked...
No,
if they could do it.
it's just like most cities and states, they have a
Yeah.
fund set aside to help new businesses
So
start up.
they brought this in, and then when they got to 75, the advisors they had were not game analyst advisors, for one. So they were pumping out these numbers that they would need to sell to make back, having almost no history or knowledge of how games really work. So there's your one biggest on not so much the mayor side, but on 38 side.
Yeah.
So they have that, but the fact of how they got these people here is they took some of that money from the 75, and then they told those people who were moving that they would sell their houses, and that they would give them money to buy houses here. So, all those people have that rolled into that. Those houses never sold. So now all those people have second mortgages, on top of finding out they just lost their jobs,
Yeah.
which was not supposed to be part of that 75 mil.
Yeah.
So there's that. I still don't know how they thought a new IP with a new company would sell 3 mil.
Well, I think they were banking... like I said, I mean, first, this was supposed to be an MMO.
And that's where...
And that was their big goal is, okay, it's going to be an MMO. We are going to have a constant subscription base. We are going to, constantly see. And then halfway through, somebody came up with the bright idea, no, let's just make an RPG first so we can introduce people to the world.
See,
Then we'll go back and do
that's
the
where
MMO.
they should have gone back and had another meeting. Okay, we need to readjust these numbers because
Yeah.
right there, that
they never went back and readjusted.
They kept that 3 mil mark
Yep.
as the thing. I'm like, you can't do that.
Like, I don't think it's a dumb idea doing the single player. I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, that I found I was okay with.
And especially for your first game to be an MMO, I can't see that ever working out.
Yeah.
Because
So-
you never know how it's going to be received. one way or
Exactly.
the other.
So that's why I thought that's such a safer bet going there. But you're so right that you need to
but
compensate for
you
that.
need
Exactly.
to readjust.
Because they're on two completely
But even
different
so,
levels.
with an MMO, 90 days, 3 mil. I mean, what MMO can we think of that's ever done that? Really?
Warcraft.
Warcraft.
And that's
probably Guild Wars will probably be able to pull it off.
Would probably pull,
I mean,
okay, but
Star Wars didn't even do that.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's the thing that's the thing I was going for. Star Wars, an already heavily established franchise, didn't pull that. Warcraft did, and that was Warcraft 7 basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 or 6. So they had to go through quite a few years before they have that kind of name behind them. So only big name studios, especially on the single level, ship this kind of stuff. So there was a lot of bad business planning here.
I'm really hoping something where one of these bigger companies will pick up the IP still, because like I said, I played the demo. I had a lot of fun of it. I'm hoping now
it is a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, did it have first game studio bugs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But they were
that's-
funny though. Like,
Yeah,
it
but
wasn't.
it's like, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not expecting a Diablo 3 or something super polished to come up. I mean, I'm just expecting, okay, this is an introduction. There's going to be a couple flaws here and there. I get that, understand that. As long as the core base of the game is good, which it was, and entertaining, and the storyline was,
It was pretty much not there, but that's because the whole storyline was built in the MMO
They tried to build it
fashion.
for an MMO, yeah.
But and now, because literally the world was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very, very dead. And you can clearly see that was meant to be populated by other people.
Yeah.
And that would fill in all those gaps.
So, but I mean, like I said, all in all, Kings of Amalur was a good game.
Oh, yeah.
It
And by actual game standards, it did succeed.
Yeah.
Over a mil is pretty much worthy of a success in any new game IP standard.
New company alone,
especially
too.
new company alone. I can hardly say most companies that come out with new ideas a lot of times ever make over a mil like that. Amy.
Yeah.
Vector Cell. No. So they succeeded there, but for their forecasted expectations, no way. Those were already in a far stellar verse that should not have even been looked at.
So, but the biggest kicker, and you kind of alluded to it, because people now have their second mortgages, and they had this big deal set up
Oh, yeah.
and everything. With them, they haven't declared bankruptcy yet. But if they do, the state of Rhode Island and all the taxpayers will be flipping the bill.
I hope they do
For the next
because of the
10
workers.
years, was it?
Something like that.
So would that be floating the bill? Do you mean on the mortgages, or is it on?
No, that has nothing to do with the individual mortgages.
mortgages,
This
no.
is just the company to recap that money
loss.
that
Lost.
they owe. Yeah, the state of Rhode Island is going, and taxpayers are going to be responsible for making up that difference.
Yeah. Which is bad for them. Which means if you like video games, you probably shouldn't go to that state for a while. Or leave really quickly.
Terrible what happened to the workers.
It's horrible. I mean, at least all of us have all pulled together to help them. There've already been multiple, I forget the kid's name, but he's already got a journalist knowing. But he compiled a list of jobs for all other companies and posted online for all these guys to find. Other people have also been doing the same thing. They're literally trying to find these people work now within other companies. So we are trying to take care of our own, at least.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't know if I'm trying to remember. I know they talked about it. Also, since they're footing the bill, that means the state of Rhode Island owns the IP.
I think so. Yes.
So I don't know if that means...
Because if they go bankrupt,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a car or a house. If you declare bankruptcy, the bank takes back whatever property. So I mean, it's no different than if you have a car loan. The bank takes it back. So it would be the state of Rhode Island then, even though it's not a physical mean, would pick up the
IP.
Kingdom's
So
Amalur
that
IP.
makes me trying to wonder is since they still own that, can they sell the IP to somebody else, Or do
They
they
should
have,
be able to.
Okay, because that's the only thing I was wondering. Because
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Essentially, yeah, you just have an auction kind of a setup thing for it.
yeah, I was just wondering because since essentially it's in the price of a loan, I would think that they have a majority share and they can't give it away since it's technically theirs.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time too, it's like if you have an invested buyer, you know, they'll sell it to get that off their books.
Okay, see, because I would hopefully think that since the MMO's already been shown and stuff as Project Chronicles, they would sell it to another company and they can take the reins and finish off and hopefully get the MMO started.
So let's say somebody does end up picking it up. Would you actually want to see this go to an MMO, or do you want to see a single-player sequel that's been kind of cleaned up, refined by a bigger studio that has the...
Truthfully, I'd like to see a single player.
Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking.
I think on how safe they want to play it.
I mean, they did a really good job making this a standalone RPG that worked actually really well.
After Warcraft, it's hard to hear someone say we're gonna make an MMO and imagine it being successful.
Well, we know that they jumped the gun too quickly.
But that also goes along the same lines of every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming out of the woodwork going, "Oh, guess what? We're making a new game. It's an MMO." Well, add that to the 14,000 that are already out there.
Yeah. But I mean,
because I guarantee you, if they went the MMO route, you're going to get 6 months, maybe a year out of it, and then it will be free to play.
Yeah. I went years even pushing it now. Just everything switched free to play.
Yeah,
and I mean, I can't believe it's going to be far too long before Warcraft flips that switch finally.
Well,
because, I mean, they already have up to level 20 free to play. I mean, it's only a matter of time now.
Well, everyone's waiting for the moment that they do it, or more or less the moment that they're gasping because they're already starting to play out their own bells to the end of their life cycles as well.
Yep.
And that's what everyone's kind of waiting for, to get to that point so that they can push the next big game.
Yeah.
You know, Guild Wars 2 is kind of trying to do that itself, even though they're already basically, they've already had their own set kind of subscription, once pay, play forever.
Yeah.
You know, so
and that's, I think that...
Which might be the newest, best deal for the subscriptions to the actual buy base.
Yeah.
Is to pay once and, get
and I mean, and that would, like when I was thinking of getting Star Trek, and, and stuff like that, that was the route I was going to go if I got it. Would be okay, I'll just throw down the $200 now and I just have a lifetime subscription.
Oh, well, no, theirs isn't $200.
No.
But yeah.
But
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You want to pay that one payment
let's just get it over with, and then I can play it as much or as little as I want.
Because in the long run, it will probably pay off. I mean, looking at World of Warcraft, if there was an option for that,
probably had paid $200 right off the get-go, I'm sure a lot of people would probably still be.
I mean, if Knights of the Old Republic would do it, I'd probably be on board.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking of how much I've probably spent in subscription fees for a while, I mean, if I would have had that option, I probably would have been, I'm probably going to play this for a while. If I do this, I can take it at my own pace and come back if I want to.
I'd probably actually like to see a lot of the people who've played for the longest time and see, because what is it like? You played on the 6-month subscription or 3 month?
I did game cards, so 2 months.
So every 2 months, and that's what?
$30 for a card, yeah.
So if we take that into factor, so how many years do you have to save before you get to a $200 price point and $30?
Not even a year.
Yeah. So literally, anyone who's played more than a year has already spent more than if they would have just paid that one-time fee.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know, like, the year, if you buy a year from them, digitally, it is significantly cheaper. I think you do get, like, I think it's like 2 or 3 months free.
But also, too, that you don't have the middleman then.
No.
It's not like you're going through a Target or a Walmart or insert whatever here. So they're not taking their chunk out of it, so they can offer it for less. Yeah. So, like I said, when this one came out, the heart broke a little bit.
I know. I think single player is just the thing that needs to be done because, like.
Well, and this goes all the way back to get your multiplayer out of my single player game.
Yeah.
There is truly no single player experience out there anymore.
That game actually probably would have benefited more if it had multiplayer. I
gotta agree with him on that. I mean, if you could have done at least co-op.
Go call Molyneux. Give me Fable in there. Give me the Fable co-op. That's all you needed, because that's literally what that game was. It was Fable, but better.
Yeah.
You know, because so literally, if they would have had the extra multiplayer, it probably would have worked, because it still would be a single-player experience, because you can just walk away from everybody, and you don't really have to worry about anyone screwing up with your storylines or quests, and the whole game can be played by yourself. You don't really need a teammate.
So maybe Borderlands multiplayer then.
Yeah, if they would have done that, that would have populated out the world.
Drop
so they
it
wouldn't
out,
have and they wouldn't have had to go with the MMO route.
I wouldn't say specifically take the Borderlands multiplayer, because that is such a flawed system.
There's some heavy flaws.
Yeah, but I mean, just that thing though, just hop in, join, and then you can still run around.
Think of it as the same way as that would have. Better yet, it would have been a lovely pre-test for their MMO.
Yeah,
because it would fill all the bills of it has the massive server, it's got multiple people, and they're literally doing most of the same things that you would do in an MMO. And the game is literally almost perpetual.
I just want lands back. That's
what?
Lands. I'm so excited for Torchlight 2 for that reason alone.
But I mean, it's just one of those.
We don't need the computers.
I mean, but it's just one of those though. I mean, when you look at every game now,
it's multiplayer supported.
Yeah, it's like there is that no true. I can sit back. I mean, really, the last one was Mass Effect 2, where I can sit back. I can have my own gaming experience, and it's only based on my decisions, what I want to do, one way or the other. And it would have been totally different than what you chose or what you chose.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about like having a developing world around you. You're not talking about a linear single player experience, because like, what about Prototype? I mean, that's literally no multiplayer, but that's all linear. Are you talking?
Yeah, but I mean that's linear. I mean that's like your GTA 5s. I mean that's your Saints the Third. You can do that's your open world sandbox. I mean I'm talking just a single player, like
He's talking God of War.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Uncharted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I just took it right out of your mouth. I think you were like.
But Uncharted 2 and 3 have multiplayer tagged onto it. But you understand. I mean, just a good single player story where I can sit back and I can, granted, if I want to go shoot people and frag and pwn and all that stuff, I'll throw in Call of Duty or I'll throw in Gotham City or
But I mean,
whatever. But it's nice to have that change of pace where it's like, hey, I got a couple hours. I just want to hop in, maybe go do a quest or something quick, or see if I can beat a level, and I don't have to sit there and try to, hey guys, I'm going to be on quick, you got to get on right now because I need some help with this or that.
Yeah.
But this is probably the one best instance in where it actually would have benefited.
Yeah.
This is a very rare case where, you've had that issue of I get your multiplayer out of my single player, but this is one of those times where it's actually a benefit on both sides.
But at the same time, though, like we said earlier, that was designed specifically from the beginning for multiplayer, and then they went to single player.
See, that's why I said that this is literally a benefit.
Yeah.
If they would have only sprinkled in enough of it, it would have been fine. This isn't an overbearing, like, it's got to be multiplayer and nothing else, where Mass Effect, the multiplayer affected your single player.
Yeah.
This one literally would not have done that. So it's one of those instances where multiplayer can be praised.
Yes. No, But I'm not. But you understand the point I'm trying to.
I understand the point you're making.
Yeah.
So,
no, I totally understand, because like I've talked to you, I'm basically only playing my BS2 nowadays, and just the games are just so different than what we've gotten on this console.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
This has been the year of very weird failing consoles.
Yeah. Is this our Dreamcast?
Oh god. I hope not.
No.
Well, I suppose you brought him up, so I might as well go to that story.
Oh God, what did I bring up?
So Peter Molyneux first.
He brought it up.
I know. As soon as I said it, as soon as I pointed, I just went, "Oh shit!" Again, roll with it.
No, notice I didn't say a word. Not a word.
As someone from that side of the room, bro.
While we're on this like brief subject, I'm very disappointed in our listeners that nobody on our last cast, when we asked them to finally fact check us, nobody said a thing. And then I ended up having to go and look up the Phoenix, and it's nothing. It's a whole new race.
Okay.
Just to get that out of the way. So, if they're not going to fact check us, then I'm going to make sure it gets done.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Gunner laying the blame down on you people.
Gunner's throwing the
Way
gauntlet
to
down.
go.
Oh, but Peter Molyneux has announced his first Post Microsift project. Essentially, it's called 22 Experiments. Where
Really rolling with this number thing.
where he will be conducting a series of, guess what, 22 experiments over a period of months, eventually culminating into some sort of a final product that he will release to the masses.
God.
22 test subjects. Oh, goody.
Why have I got this lowbrow feeling? I just want to say this is like Microsoft Labs all over again.
Yeah, kinda.
The Xbox Live Lab Station.
Exactly. That's what this kind of feels like. Or, the XBLA dev kit thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's that,
or
but
like
on a larger scale.
iToy, maybe? Kinda?
Maybe.
Kind of.
Maybe.
I feel like he went out and bought a copy of Little Big Planet, and he's just fucking with that.
Oh my God! There's so many things I can do. My character can look like this, or like this.
I've got an idea. We're gonna make 22 of these and see what someone likes.
Dude, all it is literally a 30-second clip. Sackboy, jump, finish. Did you enjoy this? Yes or no?
Maybe.
Yes. Next one. Sackboy holds up a gun. Pew, pew, pew. Did you enjoy this? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, part 3. Sackboy changes his hair from blonde to brown. Did you think this was a cool idea? Is this a concept you would incorporate into a video game? Yes or no? Shit, he's gonna be pissed at me. I'm giving away his whole marketing strategy.
You're gonna have to fucking cancel another episode because you're bad mouthing and giving the ideas of another high-ranking person. Great. All right.
Oh, I do what I can. Oh, let's see. In the Dear God, please don't let this come to light category,
So it's gonna happen.
Deep Silver is mulling over the idea of making Dead Island 2.
I thought that
So
was...
Gunner will play it.
No, God, no. Hell no.
No, I was the only one that was forced to swallow that pill.
Whoa,
You-
you were forced.
He was in a room with someone else playing.
Yeah. I thought this was like long ago established that they were making a sequel.
Said the word no originally a while back, and then
Now it's...
Like I feel
Because
this was
now
like
they're doing the Game of the Year edition
Yeah,
with the whole
well.
2 DLCs they put out.
Game
for
of the
it.
Year. That's in their
that's
eyes.
hilarious.
That
I'm like, oh yeah, this is our Game of the Year edition. Who put this game in their Game of the Year standings that it qualifies somewhere? I know we sure shit didn't.
2 DLCs means Game of the Year quality.
Yeah.
well, that's all it
We
takes.
gave you an extra gun and a new character. Game done.
So when is Gotham City Imposter Game of the
Game of
Year
the
coming out? Because they're way past due at this point.
No, I was waiting
Yeah,
for
instead of $15,
Minecraft Game of the Year edition.
Instead of $15, it'll be
I'm not gonna let you live that down.
I'm sorry, your system sucks.
I'm sorry. Can someone fill in the
Minecraft winning every award
We're like
on our last
every
Game of the Year.
category because of default and tiebreaker because we couldn't agree on a damn thing.
Yeah, your fault on that.
Was not.
That's why we had to make up a new system that literally took us almost 2 hours to do.
Oh,
The one time we actually had to be scientists.
oh, yeah. You want to talk
I'm
math?
so justified by all those systems.
That day hurt. Oh, let's
I
see.
cannot believe how easily you broke that shit.
Let's see. Also this week, we found out that GameStop is opening the expo doors for everybody on August 29th in San Antonio, Texas.
Yay.
Free convention. Let's go.
What's with everybody having a convention? Do you see that The Escapist is having one now?
Yeah.
That was weird.
But not unsurprising.
What are you going? Okay, what are you going to do?
At one point, you have to remember that not everything has to be a massive convention to be considered a convention.
This is going to be...
I mean...
I know.
FallCon's a convention.
Yeah.
It's not that big.
We missed that, didn't we?
No, we missed SpringCon.
That one, that's what I
FallCon's
meant.
coming
FallCon will
October.
come in October.
Okay.
So we'll be going to that.
I was going to say, wasn't SpringCon like last week?
Yeah.
Yep.
We dropped the ball on that one.
No.
Not really.
We just...
Okay.
Many plans were in limbo at that point, so we couldn't pull the trigger.
I was going to say, I thought I was going to be gone, so I wasn't planning on going. And
and there was that, and then him just leaving, and then we were contesting with other things, especially when he brought me on to do the consulting thing with him. Is like there were so many things that we couldn't determine.
We had a lot, and we still have a lot of irons in the fire.
Okay.
It's so weird.
Good.
Oh.
FallCon it is.
But yeah.
Well, for those of you who are Street Fighter fans, and this one just makes me cry a little bit, because I know I will be getting it. Well, I shouldn't say it makes me cry. It makes my wallet cry.
It makes everyone
You'll
cry.
probably cry when you're sitting there in your head.
I'm sitting there holding these
so happy.
massive boxes.
I don't know
What the hell was I
sad.
thinking?
And I hold a bubble that says, he's not.
Oh... So Street Fighter announced their 25th anniversary box set, which I will be pre-ordering later today. This box set will be packed into a custom-designed collector's edition set. It will come with... Alright, everybody pay close attention, because I'm only going through this once. Super Street Fighter 2 HD Remix. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition. Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition with all costumes and all characters. Street Fighter Cross Tekken with all characters and costumes. And if that wasn't enough, oh wait, there's more. You can also get the 11-disc soundtrack of every Street Fighter.
All the music.
You get a pair of Blu-rays, Blu-ray discs containing a documentary on Street Fighter. Both Street Fighter 4 anime movies. The one I'm really excited for. All episodes of the Street Fighter animated series.
They're not giving you the Street Fighter movie, though.
They're also giving you the Street Fighter 2 animated movie. All this, and oh wait, if that's not enough, a 64-page hardcover art book, a light-up Ryu statue, and last, but certainly not least, a replica of Ryu's belt. All this, and certificate of authenticity.
Numbered in box collection.
For the low price of $150.
I feel like we need to get like the Price is Right sound clip.
Yeah.
And how much
This
is
can
that?
be yours if the price is... Survey says...
Yeah, it's so possible. We could just get like a little screen there.
After Effects.
But here's the part where it hurts.
No, what he's trying to say is this is the best part.
The game, this collector's edition comes out September 18th. What also comes out September 18th?
SB.
Gunner.
Borderlands 2.
Where I will be dropping another $150 for the Ultimate Collector's Edition. So in one day, I will easily drop $300
Plus tax.
Plus, fuck you. without even batting an eye.
I just love before the cast.
This is like I said. This is where my wallet hurts.
You got your GameStop points though, right?
Shit, that's right. I haven't cashed any of those in.
You got a $50 one probably, maybe.
Maybe. I'll ask him, see what I've got available.
You can start cutting some of those prices up a little bit.
Oh shit, I think this is coming out the week before Borderlands. Somebody should check that date. September 18th. Oh, shit.
Reenactments.
I hate my life.
I don't know what to do. This is living in the idea of I'm hoping it comes out and there will be multiple copies and I can get it somewhere else for a little cheaper. Same way with my 10K with my 10K theory. Someone will sell me the box.
So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And you also know what happens around that time?
Ooh, this is gonna get better, isn't it?
Our big 100th episode anniversary. Yeah, exactly.
At least they were keeping us in mind when they decided these dates.
True. Oh, let's see. Also, we found out this week that 007 Legends has released its first trailer, showing us that we are going to follow James Bond through his adventures through Moonraker.
Yeah.
And we also did get a confirmed release date, October 16th, 2012. The day after my birthday. So I know what I'm reviewing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I know I'm pretty much the only Bond fan in the room.
Yeah, we had this discussion last week, didn't we, about Bond? Was that on the cast or was that in between?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Oh, let's see. I know one that you're kind of disappointed for, but at least now it makes a statement of yours truer. Gearbox confirmed that Aliens Colonial Marines is delayed. Coming out now, February 26, 2013. So now we're up to 5 games?
Yeah.
Wait, so Tomb Raider, Bioshock, Aliens,
DMC.
That got delayed?
Yep.
No, it was never dated.
Oh.
Yeah.
They just finally gave it its first date.
I thought that was coming out, like, not... Okay, so that's 4. What's the...
Is Dishonored due this year? I don't
Dishonored's this year, yep.
Something else just got pushed back, and I can't remember what it was now.
I
know.
Oh, I know Anarchy Reigns dropped its release date completely.
To something.
Yep.
According to them, we still don't know, but Sega is the one that has the button.
And I'm trying to remember which one did we say last week that it was.
Yeah.
That got pushed back to quarter one
of 2012.
Or 2013.
Or 2013.
So yeah, we're up to 5.
I'm trying to remember for the life of me, and I can't believe I can't. Where's my list? I have a printout of everything, and I've looked at it, and it's like, okay, so I've got 3 games on this list that I need to pick up now because everything else has now been pushed to next year.
But and also we kind of just made mention to it. Devil May Cry finally the
DMC reboot.
Yep, the emo Dante.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Has finally found its home, and it will be coming out January 15th.
Yep.
So
this would be a great time for Square to announce that they're going to give us 13 verses right at the beginning of the January, just to really throw everybody.
Oh, wait, hold on! I found out what what number 5 was. It's on my list.
Oh.
That helps when I read. 2K announced that XCOM has also been delayed until fiscal 2014.
Woof.
So it will be anywhere between April 1st, 2013 and March 31st, 2014.
This is the shooter Xbox 360 PS3 version.
Yes, based off of the PC
one, not XCOM Enemy Unknown.
So that's gonna be 6 because I know we talked about something last week and it wasn't
more.
that.
Believe me, there's more. We're just not remembering them all.
Yeah, and and you still have like Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
That doesn't have
a date yet.
You've also got
Metal Gear Solid 4 now, which will probably be sometime next year.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Which will be sometime.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 was Guns of the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
So yeah. The industry just keeps
what else
going.
is just gonna make a trip over there?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna make a wild prediction.
Dishonored.
There's gonna be a Call of Duty game in 2013.
Yeah, in
No
November. I
way.
think we'll be okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go
Or
out on
maybe
that.
there won't, because they'll lose the license. Because the way this is playing out.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's okay because we'll have the Bungie game then.
Yep.
Yeah. I won't care. I'll have Halo.
But you can get both.
And as long as we were just talking XCOM Enemy Unknown will be coming to console and PC October 9th, 2012.
I think they said that the console version's actually working not too badly. I think they said someone played a preview.
Has there been any news on Diablo's console version?
No.
No.
We have not heard a blip or there's been a
Okay.
whisper of that yet. I think everyone is a little too entangled right now with how it's working out.
But speaking of Diablo, Blizzard celebrated a successful launch of Diablo 3. Yep. We'll quote successful. In which it broke PC sales records and selling more than 3.5 million copies in 24
That's
hours.
the game that can sell 3 million copies in 24 hours, okay?
Yeah.
It just needs to be 16 years old to do it.
I saw a post.
Hey,
It's like
Duke didn't sell 3 million copies in 24 hours, and that
That's
was
because-
12 years old.
Duke
I said
sucks.
16. And a continued iteration of 3 other games.
There was a post on Reddit about Diablo 3 and its release dates. It's like we've mathematically figured out Diablo 4 will be released 2030.
Oh God!
That's awesome.
At least that's the. Hopefully, it's the same guy who figures out exactly the force of force.
Yeah. Or it's like the one picture I have on my phone, the actual trajectory of Batman doing the parking ramp jump into Dark Knight.
Oh God!
Yeah, they have it based all the way down to the mathematical formulas and trajectory and everything. Let's see. We also got our first look at from Diablo creator David Brevik on his free-to-play MMO, Marvel Superheroes.
This is the Marvel MMO
This is
we've
the
been
Marvel
talking about,
MMO,
right?
yep.
I think I'm gonna play it.
Basically, this looks like it basically looks like Marvel Heroes. That was on
That one I don't remember.
This generation or no, Allied Powers or Alliance or Ultimate Alliance or
Oh, okay.
yeah, the two RPGs that we had.
Yeah.
And what was the one for there was an X-Men one,
Not X-Men Legends, X-Men.
Legacy?
No, not Legacy. Legends, wasn't it? X-Men
I
Legends?
think
No,
it was.
X-Men
I think it was the Legends.
No, because that X-Men Legends wasn't that the horrible one that just came out?
No, that was Legacy.
that was
I thought. Yeah.
because there was one for the PS2 version where it was that over-the-top.
Yeah, I
kind
know
of
what you're
RPG
talking
where-
about. I got to test it. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to remember it for the life of me.
It's that style of gameplay.
Yeah.
Except that it looks like
Legends because then there's X-Men Legends 2 Rise
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
okay. So that's
it was Legends. I
okay.
was trying to remember because I remember buying it and playing it for almost 16 hours.
It's just
and off.
it's just that Legends didn't sound right at that
Yeah.
moment. So. Oh.
But it's an MMO.
It's an MMO. Yep.
Ooh, now I don't know.
Free to play MMO.
Yeah. No,
And
I
it's in
know.
the same view as that.
Yep.
Because I liked Ultimate Alliance, but at the same time I also didn't like it.
It just reminded us of Gauntlet Legends and where they fucked up. It was kind of like a hard stab. Like I like this because I'm
Because I
familiar
liked
with
Gauntlet.
the view, I'm familiar with how this works out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then when you got over that, and it was like, okay, now I got to put the X-Men layer over it. A lot of things kind of floundered there because they couldn't really figure out their own system of how things should work out. Because I remember the same thing happened in Marvel, where was it Iron Man's weapon? His upgrades. There was one upgrade he could get that maxed his powering, his range, and his attack, as well as his shields. And then you could couple that with another one that was his actual attack, and putting those two together would basically just make him invincible. He
Okay.
would literally walk into a room with the boss and just fuck the boss up. And then everyone would just walk off.
Invincible
really
Iron
best.
Man.
Yep. That's where the name came from. And then last but certainly not least, we found out that Sega is teaming with Double Fine to give us The Cave. Scheduled for 2013.
I'm fine with that.
Ron Gilbert's fine. He'll close the door on me just like he does always. Hi.
Wait, have they said anything other than that? That's what it's called.
That
No.
and they showed us the trailer.
Yeah, they kind of showed us like a blacked out picture. Of...
What's
There's a trailer.
Oh, there is a trailer.
What's
There's
it?
a trailer.
Okay.
It's
Supposed to be
summer.
like?
Um,
Because I remember
it's side-scrolling. It's 3D side-scrolling. I'm trying.
like a platformer or like.
It's got some platforming to it. I tried to, for the life of me, to remember the name. It wasn't Lucidity or Liquidity. It kind of reminded me of that. They're 4 separate characters, each of them all their own unique powers. I wrote an article on it a while back.
Is it kind of like Rayman? Was it Rayman Origins that just came out?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like that?
Not the same art style, but kind of like the same kind of thing, yeah.
But like gameplay wise, it looks like it's gonna be okay.
Think of Rayman and All for One
Okay.
and kind of mix that together.
But it's like, I was gonna say we've known about this project for a while because during the Kickstarter stuff, when he first like in the intro video, he was
kind
getting
of
the tour.
mentioned it, but
They
there was
mentioned
no
it. There
official.
there's no
video
This is the
where he walked-
official.
Because like they walk by his house, and
There's
it's
a
like
video where
this is Rob,
Hey,
and
this is Ron, and he's just like
working on his own project.
he just closes the door. Like that's pretty much what that was. It was really fucking. God, I want that video. They released it. It's Ron.
Oh, but that does bring gaming news to a close. What?
What about the Zone of the Enders?
You bitch.
Fine,
It's just because he's mad at me. That's why.
fine. Konami news, quick. I'll let you take it since you.
No, I want you to take it.
Why? That's the thing that's freaking me out. Is why?
Because I don't have a computer, so I wasn't able to read it. All I got to see real quickly on Facebook was that it's coming out, and then I just posted a bunch of exclamation points.
Yeah, so according at a conference that happened not too long ago, Kojima came out and told us that his team is currently working on a new Zone of the Enders game, as well as the HD remix. The Zone of the Enders is Project Ender's Project right now is the code name. We don't know anything about it yet, but we did get a few screenshots, and it's Zone of the Enders.
Yep.
So many mechs.
I'm so excited.
He's only excited because it's basically like a tournament-style fighting,
Well,
but not.
Yeah.
It's literally kind of that.
And then speaking of Konami and another franchise, it is rumored that we will hear about new Castlevania games coming out at E3.
Hopefully something along the same lines as not Daughter of the Mezzanine, the other one that came out on PSN, the multiplayer one.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you're not thinking Lords of Shadow.
Oh hell no! Hopefully same thing as that the other one. Because that one was really fun.
So, are we good now?
yeah.
Okay.
I was sitting here, I'm like, he's not going to say it. He's not going to say it. Like the last 4 or 5 stories. And I wasn't going to let this one just go.
Well, with that, gaming news can now come to a close for this
Now
week.
that Andrew's gotten out all his frustration about Kojima and his very traitorous villainy to you.
Traitor. But with all that having been said, we do have movie news to cover, we have comic news to cover, and we have 2 big reviews. One of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and Dragon's Dogma. So stay with us as we will be right back.